You're watching the MTS Industry Show. Today we're at HANJIE, who is the #1 tube bending machine vendor here in Taiwan. And for this first part of today's show, I'm being joined by their international sales manager, Miss Claire Zhang. Claire, thank you for joining us.
Hi, happy to be here with everyone today.
And next to me is the man who turned this company into the #1 in just under 20 years, CEO, Mr. Hugo Chen. Mr. Chen, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So HANJIE has been in business since 2002. Can you share a little about your growth and how it all started?
我本身是技术者出身，从事网管机行业已经有30几年的经验。我在2002年与伙伴成立了汉杰机械。至今已经有19年了，在这19年当中，因为客户的需求，我们极力的研发、制造 CNC、NC 管程成型机等机种。除了制造机械之外，我们并提供客户多工站的流程设计，并连接机械手臂，做自动化、智能生产，以降低客户有人力的需求。
So if you had to pick 3 key words that describe the core philosophy of HANJIE, which ones would that be?
品质、创新、服务是我们公司的理念。品质代表我们公司的技术，创新是因为客户的需求，服务是我们公司对客户的责任。基于这样的信念，汉杰将在2021年中完成2厂的新建，提供客户量与质的需求。以及服务的品质。
Okay, thank you for this introduction, Mr. Chen. But now, of course, we also want to talk about the machines, the applications, and much, much more. And for the following parts, we'll rely on the expertise and experience of Claire, right?
我们现在由张经理来介绍我们公司的产品与列别。
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chen, and I'll see you again during the Q&A session later. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Claire, here we are at HANJIE, and in the background we can see one of your machines. It's the HC380 LRS, right?
Yes.
So why don't we use that machine as an example to showcase what HANJIE has to offer?
Yes, sure. This model working here is full electric servo motor control. As you can see, the machine moves very smoothly. Total, there are 11 axes.
11 axes,
and
wow.
you see, the machine body also can lift. And now it's bending the stabilizer bar. Total, there are 12 bendings. LRS means left hand and right hand bending.
Okay.
S means spin, rotating head. Why it needs to use rotating head? Because during bending process, the interference happens. You cannot finish in one program.
Okay.
But by this machine, by this design, it's easy to finish in one program.
So that's the special HANJIE design that allows for bending in like one cycle, one production step basically.
Yes.
So with a normal bending machine or other bending machine, you would have to have maybe 2 machines for 2 steps?
Yes.
Yeah?
It needs 2 machines or 2 programs and change the mode also.
Okay, so
it
this
takes time.
increases your productivity?
Yeah, and the shorter
cycle times, so
Yes.
increased productivity, excellent.
Our automotive parts maker customer usually they choose full electric servo motor model. Why is that? Because another key feature of a full electric servo motor, the bending mode can adjust automatically.
Okay.
It's memorized by the computer already.
Oh.
So operator no need to memorize the die position.
Okay.
Let's see, this one is stabilizer bar for the automotives. If don't use this model, the interference will happen here. So you cannot finish it from the beginning till the end.
Just like what we saw.
Yeah, just
it's
like
impossible with another normal bending machine.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that's automotive industry, but we have many more applications for HANJIE bending machines, right? Why don't we talk about these?
Yes, of course. For the automotive, not just this item, let's see the samples we showed here.
Okay.
Yeah. This one, I think everybody is quite familiar, is the exhaust pipe. Use a bigger capacity tube bending machine bending this one. And this one is a headrest. This one I need to explain a little bit. It also needs to use left and right hand because you see the gap is symmetry and it's very easy to have interferes again. So by using left and right hand bending, it can finish in one program. And for the small pie here is the coolant pie or the brake oil pie here.
All right.
And this one is the pie for safety belt.
So all kinds of components for the automotive industry, yeah?
Yeah. And this one is copper pie, copper material. Bending machine also can bend copper pie. And this one is for the coolant and the heat exchanger application.
Okay.
Another
And
one?
one more, this one looks very special, let's see. So this is for the medical industry, wow, okay.
Yeah, you see this pie is quite long actually before bending, and the pie diameter is only 3 millimeters. To have so many bending to remain such a high accuracy to let it evenly distribute like this is a difficult job. And so this customer only use full electric servo motor to bending this one for the medical equipment.
Yep, you definitely need high precision, high accuracy for medical equipment. And you mentioned the customer, what's the company's name?
His name is Yuan Yi. Yuan Yi, this company is bending the difficult bending job for aerospace, medical, also the medical equipment as well.
Okay, and we actually have pre-recorded a short interview with your customer, right?
Yes, Yuan Yi is our good friend.
Okay, a good friend and a good customer. Let's see what he has to say about HANJIE.
管材不是一个好控制的材料，跟一般的冲压板件啊，他们只要模具一开出来试模之后，它的材料的变异性是不会很大。但管材每一批的造管，种种原因，它可能这一批做没问题，下一批管材来，可能你就做不了。那好的设备的话，就是在你可以短时间内马上去调整出你所需要的工件。不需要浪费很多材料跟时间在这方面上。我们要走的路线跟别人不一样，用的机台当然是相对的是要比较高端的机台。其实我们很感谢汉杰公司对我们公司的一些设备技术上大力相挺。其实，在我们做比较精细的产业里面，尤其是医疗、航太啊，在技术上他们也提供了很多的经验。跟分享给我们，所以说汉杰是一家很实际，然后很有说服力的一家厂商。
So we've covered the automotive industry. We talked about copper tube, copper pipe bending, and now we heard about the medical industry. But Claire, we've got more applications, right?
Yes, that's right. As you can see here from the first line, this is bicycle industry. This is a kid's bicycle frame. And then here, this one obviously is the bicycle handlebar.
Okay, the handlebar. So to some people it might seem like a simple component, simple part, but actually it's not so easy to manufacture this, right? To bend.
Yeah, as you can see, here there are two bendings and the dimension is different. So we need to design a special mold to have this perfect bending result.
Okay, so you need a special mold to achieve this result. Okay,
Yeah, that's
excellent.
right.
And we also have a video from this customer of yours. Which company is it?
It's called Qingsheng.
Qingsheng. Okay, and in this video, the company will talk about how HANJIE helped them automate their production process.
庆生公司转入这个挖管加工的行业差不多有20年的时间。一开始的时候，我们要投入CNC 弯管，找了很多家的配合厂商。差不多4、5年前的时候，我准备投入自动化。陈老板他一口爽快的答应我，能够配合我。我就冲着他这一点，刚开始我是先做一套自动化的设备，慢慢的，他跟他们的工程师讨论之后，我慢慢的修改，最后能够达到我的要求，所以说我就越来越工厂里面就一切全部的自动化都交由他们来处理这样子，
So from the bicycle industry, we stay within the sports industry. We want to talk about fitness equipment.
Yes, now everybody goes to gym. Gym has so many different equipments. The pie here, this one, and also the one behind you
That's
is
a big
the
one,
friend of the
Treadmill, running machines,
Yes.
or also elliptical trainers, I think, have similar frames.
Yes. As you can see, there are 3 bendings here. It's like a curve.
And a very smooth one.
Yeah.
Looks
for
really
that
beautiful.
one,
And this big one here, it's
Yeah.
really heavy.
the diameter is 89 millimeters. It's quite heavy. And we use a CNC bending machine to bend these 1, 2, 3 bending in one program.
Okay, excellent. And we have one more component that we want to talk about because it's also very unique because it has a profile. And some people might think, you probably cannot bend it, but actually you
Yeah. This one, as you can see, it's not a pie. It's not round pie. It's not square pie. It's a profile. This one also can be bending by our tube bender. Because we can make a special mold to match the profile.
can. All right. And then let's move on to the top, heavy industry.
Yeah, this one, the diameter is 114. Thickness is 8 millimeters, which is quite thick.
It is, yeah, and it's also very heavy and it's quite impressive. We've seen the copper pipes and also the medical industry components. Very, very fine, small parts.
Yeah, 3
and now we've
millimeters
got these
only.
big boys here, so
Yeah.
all different diameters, different materials.
Yeah.
So a wide range of applications.
Yes.
And there's even more that we haven't talked about yet, which is
yeah.
the furniture industry. We don't have any sample here right now, but we do have some footage as you can see right now. So furniture industry, what kind of components are we talking about?
Yes, every day sitting on a chair, using a table, all needs to use our bending machine to make it.
Okay, so those components that you have for more modern type of furniture, chairs, tables, and so
Yeah.
on. All right, so I think we've pretty much covered most of the applications, but HANJIE is not only about the tube bending machines, but also about custom solutions, Claire.
That's right. A tube bending customer not just using tube bending machine, they also need to use cutting, punching machines as well. So usually they request us to provide such related tube processing machinery as well.
Okay, to meet customer requirements such as those of one of your customers, Chuan that you have designed a multi-station total custom bending solution for. And we actually have one final video where the company talks about that process. And right after that, we'll be back talking about some of the unique features of HANJIE's CNC bending software.
阮公司是全胜，阮是专业凹工加工。一项新产品出来阮必须爱生产的过程啦拢爱去思考，要安怎会成功，要安怎做，伫个即摆即个环境有法度通甲人生存，就是讲咱加工爱比人较俗，即个过程咱要安怎减，才有法度甲人竞争。所以这就是我甲汉杰头家共同落去研究，研究了后，甲建议，伊就有法度通做出我的需求出来。伊甲较早传统机比起来伊加足方便的，品质嘛加足稳定的。遮侪竞争当中，阮会选择汉杰，就是因为伊的甲阮的配合度足好的，值得阮信任啦。
So as we've seen, HANJIE's tube bending machines are suitable for a wide range of applications, and because that's the case, your CNC bending software needs to be flexible and have different functions and features for different industries, right?
Yes, that's right. As you can see, our customer is widespread in different industries. Of course, they have different issues. Our software is not just user-friendly, but also can meet their different issues.
Excellent.
Let's have a close look at our software.
Okay, let's check it out.
Yes. Nowadays, customer request short cycle time, and to meet their high productivity every day. So short cycle time obviously is very important. The traditional bending program is one step by one step. But now you can edit our program to that 2 or 3, 4 working steps working at the short same time.
Okay, so simultaneous bending, simultaneous processing. Okay, what else do we have? That's specifically for the automotive industry, especially, right?
Yes, automotive and also furniture that requires a high productivity every day.
Right.
Another key feature is through this editing process, you can avoid the interference in one bending program. Before, you might need to use 2 or 3 bending programs to finish one item.
Okay.
But now, no need, just use one program.
Okay, so again, increasing productivity of your customers.
That's right.
Okay, what else do we have in this software?
Nowadays, customers use 3D software to design their workpieces. So it's very easy for them to upload their 3D files into our software. Transform their STP, IGS file into XYZ, then to YBC. Then our machine knows how to bend in their workpieces.
Okay, excellent. So talking of 3D, we want to also talk about another feature, 3D simulation. So I can
Yeah,
actually
that's right.
see my bending process before performing it to make sure that there is no issues, right?
Yeah, 3D simulation also is another key feature. Before you actually bending, you can see is there any interference, and also you can save testing material.
Okay, great. And we have one more feature that we want to highlight that is especially useful and important for your international customers.
That's right, our software support remote control software to let our people in Taiwan to control the computer far away from us. Let's see how we do it.
Okay. So we are here now in front of
Yes.
this machine, and let's say I'm a customer in the US, I'm your agent.
Yes, that's right.
How
and our
could you help me?
engineer over there is in Taiwan, and he is using the connection of the software now.
To remotely connect first,
Yeah.
and then once he's connected to our system, he can basically control
Yeah.
everything.
As you can see now, I didn't touch the computer.
You're not touching
Yeah,
it, no.
our people in Taiwan is checking the parameters and some settings to see is there any issues here.
Okay, so your engineer can remotely help them
Yeah, that's
find the
right.
issue and fix it, make adjustments if necessary.
Yeah, so once we solve the problem, customer can use their machine right away. We don't need to fly there.
Okay, so they get the support, quick support that they
Yeah,
need,
that's
right?
right.
Okay, excellent. So we've talked about the applications of tube bending machines from HANJIE today. We talked about the machines themselves. Now we also talked about the software, and we also talked about the custom solutions that HANJIE has to offer. But there's even more. There's another service from HANJIE.
Yes, apart from the software, some customer requires us to design a whole production line for them.
Okay, so you can do that as well, planning whole production lines. And one of those customers is in Thailand, and we'll be talking to him and other international distributors and agents of HANJIE in our testimonial section. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly. This is the testimonial section where we'll be talking to a few of HANJIE's agents and distributors around the world, and we want to start with Thailand. So we'll be talking to Mr. He, right, Claire?
That's
so maybe
right.
you can tell us a little bit about your relationship with Mr. He and his company.
Yes, Thailand agent has been working with us for decades. As you may know that Thailand is a big manufacturing base for automotive parts. They're working on this field for many years.
Okay.
Our vendor is one of his main product line.
Okay, excellent. And Mr. He should be, there he is already on the line. I hope you can hear us. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mr. Ho.
Hello, happy to be here.
Glad to have you. So, just a couple of questions. So, how many years have you been cooperating with HANJIE already, and how have the HANJIE machines helped you grow your business in Thailand?
สวัสดีครับก็ผมนายสมหวังวาสนาคุณผู้ช่วยผู้จัดการบริษัท Excel Machine Tech ทางบริษัท Excel Machine Tech ได้ดำเนินกิจการกับทางบริษัทอันเจีย Machinery มาเป็นเวลายาวนานนับ 10 กว่าปีแล้ว ซึ่งทางบริษัทอันเจียเป็นผู้ผลิตเครื่องจักรประเภท NC และ CNC อุตสาหกรรมในเมืองไทยไม่ว่าจะเป็นอุตสาหกรรมผลิตรถยนต์มอเตอร์ไซค์และอุตสาหกรรมเฟอร์นิเจอร์รวมทั้งอื่นๆอีกมากมายต้องใช้เครื่องดัด ประเภท NC และ CNC บริษัทหันเจี๋ย Machinery ถือว่าเป็นผู้ผลิตเครื่องจักรที่ทันสมัยและมีประสิทธิภาพในระดับต้นๆของประเทศไต้หวันซึ่งทางลูกค้าไม่ต้องพะวงเรื่องคุณภาพราคาหรือบริการหลังการขายเพราะทางบริษัทหันเจี๋ยและบริษัท Excel สามารถซัพพอร์ตลูกค้าได้อย่างรวดเร็วและมีประสิทธิภาพ
So, can you tell me about any cases that you are especially proud of that you have realized together with HANJIE's machines?
ทางบริษัท Excel มีความภาคภูมิใจที่ได้เป็นตัวแทนในการจำหน่ายเครื่องจักรกับลูกค้าทั่วประเทศในเมืองไทยซึ่งลูกค้าของทางบริษัท Excel ในเมืองไทยบางบริษัทได้ขยายฐานการผลิตไปยังประเทศเพื่อนบ้านเช่นอินเดียอินโดนีเซียเวียดนามและกัมพูชาเป็นต้นแสดงให้เห็นว่าเครื่องจักรของทางบริษัทหันเจี๋ยนั้นมีคุณภาพรวมทั้งด้านบริการหลังการขายของทางบริษัท Excel ทำให้ลูกค้าไว้วางใจมาด้วยกันเสมอด้วยความชำนาญของทั้งบริษัทหันเจี๋ยและบริษัท Excel เพียงลูกค้าส่งดอริ่งหรือชิ้นงานมาทางเราก็สามารถแนะนำเครื่องจักรให้ใช้ได้อย่างมีประสิทธิภาพในกระบวนการผลิตสุดท้ายนี้เราต้องขอบคุณทางบริษัทหันเจี๋ย Machinery ที่ได้ให้ความร่วมมือกับทางบริษัท Excel เป็นอย่างดีและหวังว่าทั้งสองบริษัทนี้จะดำเนินธุรกิจและเจริญก้าวหน้าไปด้วยกันตลอดไปขอบคุณครับ
Thank you very much, Mr. He, for joining us and for answering our questions. All right, Claire, so that was Thailand, but we've got a few more that we want to talk about. And the next one is Korea. I hear you have a distributor there who is also very satisfied with your equipment and fast turnaround time. So what company are we talking about?
This company is called Nice Tool. Their customer mainly produce for Hyundai and Kia, big motor companies. And Korean demands a lot, like high productivity and also requires fast after service.
Okay, after sales service also important. So in this case, we don't have a live interview, but a pre-recorded one. So let's hear and see what the distributor from Korea has to say.
저희는 한지와 10년 이상 거래하며 협력해 오고 있으며 늘 최상의 만족 서비스를 위해서 최선을 다하고 있습니다. 저희 대부분 업체들은 높은 정밀도와 생산성을 요구하는 자동차 부품 업체들이 대부분으로서 현재까지 수백 대의 밴딩기와 자동 로딩, 언로딩 관련한 자동화 시스템을 이용하여서 24시간 원활하게 사용하고 있습니다. 저희 고객들은 대부분 24시간 생산체제를 운영하는 자동차 부품 업체로서 문제가 발생했을 때 한지에서는 48시간 이내에 한국을 방문하여 업체들의 문제에 적극적으로 대응을 해주고 있습니다. 뿐만 아니라 생산성 효율을 높이기 위해서 지속적인 문제 해결을 대응을 해주고 있으며 프로그램 업그레이드와 교육을 통하여서 업체들 간의 신뢰를 더욱 쌓아가고 있습니다. 앞으로도 이러한 요구에 잘 부응하여서 업체들이 만족할 수 있는 최상의 서비스를 제공하며 효율적인 시스템으로 관리해 나갈 수 있도록 최선을 다하도록 하겠습니다.
And now we want to leave Asia and travel virtually, of course, to the Middle East, because I know that you have a particularly strong agent in Iran, right?
That's
so why
right.
don't you tell us a little bit about this special partnership?
This one, Iran agent, is not just an agency with us. It's also like a partner or even a close brother. We grow the business together.
Okay, excellent. And he should be online if everything went well. Yes, there he is, Mr. Nakai. Hello from Taiwan.
Hello, dear Nasser.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you here. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so maybe you can share with us over the past years, you've been growing your business together with HANJIE. So tell us a little bit about this experience.
Okay. First, I want to say hello to everyone. About my business with HANJIE, I started to cooperate with HANJIE about 5 years ago. I just met Claire in Tehran exhibition in 2015. Since then, I had very good impression of HANJIE machine, but also quick response to my any question. This is really helps me a lot because, how can I say, I was in the beginning of developing up my tube vendor business in your market. There are already some Taiwanese brand in the market. Also, I need to double effort and really hard working to visiting customers in order to get order from them. no need to mention the HANJIE vendor's quality to compete with other brands. You also need to give customer good pricing and also quick response after sales service. HANJIE always supports me on both aspects. If any company need to buy a tube bender, came to our company and ask about our machines. It means we became number one in our market.
Okay, sounds excellent. So, sounds to me like this is a bit more than just a usual agent-supplier relationship. Sounds almost to me like you are the official HANJIE branch in Iran.
Yes. Actually, our relationship with HANJIE is like we always think our company and HANJIE in the same company. We are in the same side. Customer satisfied is our honor. And in the future, we look like to be HANJIE branch office in Iran. I'm not just think of myself of HANJIE agent. I think my company a part of HANJIE group, just like branch offer in me. Because I happy develop my business together with HANJIE and continuous promotion their products.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for answering my questions. Claire, do you want to talk to Mr. Nakai real quick?
It's been about half a year I haven't seen you. I wish like to see you and your family and your lovely daughter again.
Yeah, thank you. My daughter tomorrow finished 1 year old.
Oh, 1 year, congratulations!
Congratulations.
Now.
Okay. Again, Mr. Nakai, thank you for being part of this show today and all the best to Iran.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, so Iran, we've got one more off the list, but there is even more, right? Now we're moving even farther away from Taiwan, I think. We're going to fly over the ocean to the USA.
USA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this agent you've started working with just about a year ago?
That's right. Its name is called SMT. This company has been working in tube bending field actually for many years, but they choose to start cooperate with us
and help you grow the business over there.
Yes.
All right. And now HANJIE's agent in the US should be on the line. Ron, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Hello.
Hello, Ron. Nice to see you again.
How are you doing today, Ron?
I'm doing well, thank you.
All right, so I talked to Claire before the show and she mentioned that your company SMT has been in this line of business for many decades. So obviously you know a lot about tube bending machines. So can you talk a little bit about the main reasons why you decided to cooperate with HANJIE?
Sure. So as you said, we have been doing tube fabrication machinery for over 40 years at my factory. And we decided to work together with HANJIE because both of our companies are dedicated to improve our technology and also to build strong relationships, and we both have that in common.
Okay, excellent. So what do you expect from this cooperation between your company and HANJIE, and what opportunities do you see for HANJIE tube bending machines in the US market?
Sure. Well, our relationship is fairly new, but it has grown quite strong in the past year. And because of that, I feel that HANJIE's equipment can help my company develop our customers in the supply business to automotive, agricultural equipment, as well as air conditioning and heating equipment. And so together, we've been able to bring our skills and our experiences together, as well as start a new relationship with a company to connect our software between the HANJIE bending machines and measuring equipment. And I believe that's going to be significant for our customers.
All right, excellent. So yeah, we talked about the software.
Yes.
So Claire, do you want to have a quick chat with Ron as well?
Thank you so much, Ron, for your efforts of developing USA market together with us. I'm sure that we will still continue our partnership very happily and growing together and big and big. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us today, Ron.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so that was Ron, your agent in the US. So clearly HANJIE is expanding on the international markets. We saw quite a few agents and distributors from different regions around the globe. So we're almost at the end of the show today, but Claire, we do have one more segment.
We are going to answer the most common questions about machine and technology.
That's right, that's the Q&A session. We'll be back shortly with Claire and CEO Mr. Hugo Chen. This is the Q&A session, and we have a few questions that current and potential clients of HANJIE have been asking over the years. So let's jump right into it. Claire, let's start with a basic one. So what is the minimum bend radius for HANJIE machines?
Well, this question I am asked so many times. Let's see this sample. Our minimum bending radius is one dimension. For example, this pipe is 15 millimeters. The minimum radius is 1D, which means radius 15 millimeters.
Okay, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, question number 2, Mr. Chen. So sometimes you might have a customer who says, well, I have my old bending machine, I want to get a HANJIE machine, but can I still use my old molds from the old machine?
因为客户的旧有模具或是别家厂牌的模具，因为要选择汉姐，他们不愿意把模具因为这样而抛弃，所以我们都会特殊的做了一些转接，让它配合在我们的温管机上，它能可以顺利完成旧有的模具，可以在温管机这样生产。
Okay, so there you have it. HANJIE will make adjustments for you so you can still keep using your old molds even with your new HANJIE tube bending machine. Now Claire, we talked about it when we were introducing your software, but let's talk about it one more time because that's also a question you get quite often. So can HANJIE machines handle 3D drawings directly?
Sure, totally there is no problem. For 3D files, SDP, IGS can easily transform to XYZ, then to YBC connecting to our software. So it's very easy and user-friendly for user to upload their files to our machine.
Okay, so full support for all common 3D files. Now, Mr. Chen, another request that you get from time to time is in regards to more complicated, more intricate parts that need to be bent. So how do you help this type of customer?
因应客户的管件的困难度，我们除了机台的程式可以做来变更，也可以用模具来克服它的困难度，来呈现这个产品的完成。
So no matter how complicated the part is, just send it in and the HANJIE team will find a solution for you. Now, Claire, we want to move on to our final question in today's Q&A session. So, of course, your clients want to make sure that the actual component is exactly the same as in the technical drawing. So how do you make sure that that is the case?
Yes, apart from putting your bending workpieces on the inspection fixture, now we also have the capability of connecting all types of 3D measurement device and also software. After collecting this bending data, end user will know is the bending accuracy in the tolerance or not. This kind of features is very important for smart manufacturing in the future.
Okay, so HANJIE is ready for Industry 4.0.
Sure.
Excellent. So that was our Q&A session, but before we end the show, Mr. Chen, what can we expect from HANJIE in the future?
立足台湾，放眼世界，弯管产品无所不在。所需要的弯管机需要一次性的完成，智慧生产是汉杰一直追求的目标。
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chen, for having us today, and thank you, Claire, for co-hosting today's show.
You're welcome.
So this was MTS Industry Channel at HANJIE. If you have any other questions that we have not covered today, contact the HANJIE team and they will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching and see you next time.